They walked in step in the nation's capital at the 36th annual March for Life. More than 100,000 people with the same mission, to save the most innocent among us. It has been 36 years since Roe v. Wade, the controversial Supreme Court decision which legalized abortion in this country. According to the National Right to Life organization, the lives of more than 49 million unborn babies have been cut short by abortion since 1973. To put that into perspective, that means 1 in 4 pregnancies end in abortion, according to the Guttmacher Institute, a reproductive rights policy group. Pro-life leaders say in that time, progress has been made with state laws that have reduced the number of abortions. But that could change with the 111th Congress.
If it's the same as last year, it'll be one of the most dangerous bills ever put before Congress.
Springfield Bishop Timothy McDonnell, along with bishops all across the country, are expressing concern with an old bill that has a lot of support called the Freedom of Choice Act. As introduced last year, it states that every woman has the fundamental right to choose to bear a child, terminate a pregnancy prior to fetal viability, or terminate a pregnancy after viability when necessary to protect her life or her health. According to the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops' Office of General Counsel, along with other legal analysts, the Freedom of Choice Act, or F.O.C.A, could go well beyond Roe, eliminating hard-fought restrictions on abortion, such as parental notification, informed consent laws which give women information on health risks and fetal development. F.O.C.A could even eliminate the ban on partial birth abortion. It could also possibly threaten the conscience rights of hospitals, doctors, and nurses who refuse to do abortions.
There are rumors that it's going to have some modifications from the last time. We don't know what it is, but it is one of the most pernicious things that have happened in a long time.
As of now, F.O.C.A has not been reintroduced in Congress, and with the current economic crisis, it may not be for a few months. And it may even be broken up and hidden in other pieces of legislation. So the bishops remain vigilant and want Catholics to be aware. I've heard some people, even some Catholics, who say, it's not really going to mean anything.
Oh, it's going to mean a lot. It will mean a lot, but it hasn't been introduced yet, so we are going to have to wait and see what exactly it says.
One of the reasons so many in the pro-life movement are concerned about a bill that hasn't been filed yet is because President Obama was one of the co-sponsors of the bill when it was introduced in the Senate in April of '07. During the presidential campaign, he made a pledge to a Planned Parenthood audience. This video can be seen on the FightFoca.com website, which has been put together by Americans United for Life.
Well, the first thing I'd do as president is sign the Freedom of Choice Act. That's the first thing that I'd do.
And although that may not turn out to be a promise he keeps, within just days of taking office, President Obama did reverse the Mexico City policy, which prevented the U.S. from funding international organizations that promote and perform abortions. These Catholic high school students from Maryland were among the tens of thousands of young people who attended the March for Life. They are huge supporters of President Obama, but they say they're saddened by his stance on life. What are you hoping from this president?
But that's not what God wants. I'm hoping that his heart will change and he'll see all these people out here and all the people that really believe in pro-life.
While leaders in the pro-life movement admit they don't exactly have an ally in the White House on the abortion issue, they are hoping to work with President Obama. But more importantly, they say that they hope that the 67 million Catholics in this country will pay attention to the F.O.C.A issue and realize what's at stake.
I'm confident that we can stop it in Congress so that it never gets to the president's desk for the signature that he has promised.
Father Frank Pavone is the National Director of Priests for Life. He says people need to realize that restrictions on abortion have saved the lives of hundreds of thousands of babies. He points to a study by Michael New, an assistant political science professor at the University of Alabama and a visiting fellow at the Family Research Council. New looked at teenage abortion rates in all 50 states between 1985 and 1999 and found that the state parental notification laws reduced the abortion rate by 13.6%.
Now that's very significant because when the numbers of abortions drop, the abortion industry gets weaker because their strength is the money that's coming in from the abortions.
While it's still a waiting game, efforts have begun all across the country to get the word out about the potential of F.O.C.A. In the Diocese of Springfield, in advance of any postcard drive, there will be an education effort through parish bulletins in the hope of getting even more Catholics to recognize the need to speak out in favor of life.
All those children that are for themselves, so we have to stand up and speak for them.
And pray for them and their moms and their dads. Reporting for Reel to Reel, I'm Carolee McGrath.